There you go.
Kumusta?
Good. It's been a while.
Totoo sad.
Wow. I think
Mr. Dave Fuentes, it's been months.
I know,
Last
right?
time. Yes.
It's been months, but when was the last time? June, I think? July?
June, July. Oh, totoo.
No, June, no, because I was traveling in June before pa. Dugay na sad.
Dugay na sad.
Wow. And it's the end of the
We've
year.
been awfully busy and digang
Yeah.
ganap. So, and yes, December na, end of the year. So,
Let's flip things a bit because I know we talked about having the highlights towards the end.
okay.
Let's go first with your highlights because I know with at least for me and Xpops, diba, we've witnessed one of your highlights. You've launched one big event this year
Oh, yeah.
and one small event. So that's probably I'm lucky and privileged to witness those. But tell me about your highlights in 2024.
Well, yeah. 2024 has been an awesome year. Daghan kong nakatunan, and you touched briefly about mounting events. So yes, we had the opportunity to mount a couple of concerts, and it's been a ride. Learning siya, and I can't wait na sa pay makatunan. So it's a great ride. I would definitely consider this year as somewhat one of the better years. I would say.
For bragging rights, who were you? Who were the artists of those two concerts?
Walay pagpabor-pabor.
So walay pabor-pabor.
So
Walay pang hinambog
So,
lang.
wala pang hinambog lang kay relax naman tanga pagkatao. Ang first na concert katong last April, ano lang ang SB19 lang.
Alright.
Among gi
The leading
P-pop na artist karon.
pop artist in the
Male
Philippines.
pop artist na
Male
Philippines.
pop.
Dayon,
Yeah.
last November, ang isa nila ka member who's also touring. So as a touring artist, nag-launch siya sa iyang album, si Josh Cullen. So he's also
Nice.
one of the artists. And then siguro, kikatong first pa na concert mo natin I would, mas close to home sa ako ang second nga concert kay Namgoy Live Band.
Na siya ko.
Oo.
Na siya touring band.
Ay touring band. So dito
Okay.
na ako balik pagkabata, namrag ka ng kita man niyo.
Hmm.
So wala lang. But yeah, blessed.
Yeah, so for me this year, busy kayo sa... Well, thankful. I'm grateful that we get the chance to travel multiple times this year.
Correct.
Shout out to my wife. I know she's really exhausted. Okay, next week. I mean, by the time that this episode goes out, we're probably in Cagayandeoro, chilling.
Kaya hay ba?
So shout out to my wife because she's the one that packs for the both of us. As much as gusto ko matabang, but she has this Marie Kondo shit going.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sure.
nagina siya plaster, nagina siya morag Tetris niya sa mga gamit. So I'd rather not mess with that. So
Gotcha.
she ends up doing a lot of those this year. So shout out to Shane. So highlights are the travels. We went to, I think, 3 countries. Well, I say countries, but Philippines is one of them.
Right. Yes.
3 countries this year, which is a privilege. A lot of growth, a lot of challenges when it comes to work. Okay, the more complex your work is, murag, a lot of times this year, medyo I'm hit with I wouldn't say depression, but a lot of murag low energy moments where ga question ka nga, am I really fit to run this role or cover this role? Okay, dagan kayo moments ka imposter syndrome ito, like, shit,
man.
lisod ka yan eh.
I hear you.
And then you recover, and then not really recover, but you overcome those challenges, and then there is
Yes.
one that pops in again.
Yeah.
And then never ending. So I feel like 2024 for me was, I have this feeling that it prepares. It's starting to prepare me for something in 2025. Di pa lang ko kabaloon sa. But let's see. And still learning. Still a lot of I do study quite a lot. Karon lately seryoso na po na ako ang Japanese acquisition in terms of language learning.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I'm looking forward to the time nga mananaw ko anime nga dili na ako kailangan mag subtitles. Yeah.
Kasabot na ka.
Kaya makasabot ako. I think that will be the time where I can say I've made it in that. So yeah, there's still, I think, challenges. I'm beginning to see kung unsaon bitaw ni mag-enjoy the really complex stuff and
Gotcha.
the hard things to conquer. Murag ma-proud ka ba na, okay, I've conquered this, now what's next? And then bit by bit you build this evidence of confidence na, okay, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I'll figure this out. This will be
sure.
really hard today, but I know
Yeah.
I'll figure this out.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's probably why we haven't had an episode for
a wide gap. And can I say something? So, karon lang ako siya nabantayan kay I was zooming in on your uncovering sa imong mga highlights for, or even I would say lowlights. Let's acknowledge that. But,
yeah.
God damn, putik imong ngipon ba? What the? Pearly whites. I mean, wow. Shout out to you and your dentist, I would say.
Maybe because tuwa-tuwa tas hapon, but I've had this teeth for like
You've had it and like it's
for like 3 years or 2 years naman siguro.
okay. So I've not been paying attention. Okay, while your teeth are super white and they're all together having harmonious relationship, ang akong ngipon set kay gabuwag na sila. They are breaking apart.
Shout out to Dr. Mina of Dental Studio.
Amazing. Yes.
5 minutes. Well, the benefits of having your dentist 5 minutes,
5 minutes
walk.
away. Exactly.
So regular imong dental
So guys,
appointments.
if you're listening to this, kung bata pa ka, take care of your teeth. Okay?
Yes.
It will save your life someday.
100%.
100%.
Speaking of bata, it's a very disjointed segue.
I know. Diba? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay na.
Okay.
We got that out of the way.
So we got that out of the way. 2024 now 2025, which means it's our 25th
oh, yes.
homecoming.
Oh, 25th year.
25th year ba? Tama
Yes.
ba?
Oh, homecoming. For next year, homecoming. Yes.
For next year homecoming. So it's like,
Y2K batch bet.
Like-
Y2K.
wow, it's been 25 years.
Damn.
God damn, we're old.
Damn, we're old.
What? 25 years.
Well, if you're listening to this, my partner does not look his age at all.
nah.
So
I know.
that's something you should at some point still embrace. You're always gonna
No,
be that
we do.
baby-faced assassin.
if I look at us, at least akong circle, sa akong circle of friends, none of us have aged that much.
I would say, yeah.
Kung tanahan na. Sa atong...
I mean, a scale of this to Teacher Nene, she has not aged. So if you're
Yes,
somewhere in
that's
the
true.
middle of that, then you have not aged
That's
as
true.
well. Okay.
That's true.
Shout out to Teacher Nene.
Shout out teacher Nene.
God damn.
So what are we expecting for, I mean, what we're hoping to do, at least in the next year, probably one of my New Year's resolution is to make this, pod regular again.
Yeah.
And I know we promised sa mga una nato nga episodes to invite some guests over, just like what we did in the past. So I'm really hoping to bring that back regularly and invite new ones, and invite the ones we spoke to in the past as well.
Correct.
Kay mga lingaw man to sila. What do you expect?
I mean,
What are you expecting?
Man. I mean, in general for 2025?
Yeah,
or-
no, not for 2025. For this reunion.
for reunion, homecoming?
For the homecoming.
I mean, the reunion for 2025 sa atong batch it's definitely in good hands. I would say the shout out sa mga leaders sa atong batch. I mean, they are really
True.
doing it in terms of like for kinsay nag-reach out sa ako, like si Laulau, for example.
Yeah,
and,
shout out to Lalo, by the way.
Marcanios and the rest of the gang.
Bernadette Ragas.
Bernadette Ragas.
So, wala pabor.
Exactly, Henrik. They're really glued and they're on the ball when it comes to making 2025 na homecoming an amazing one and definitely memorable one. And not only that, is it the 50th year or 75th year? Just correct me for Corpus Christi in general. I think isa sa highlight ba eh. Yung murag
Really?
Yeah.
So Corpus Christi. I thought we passed 75th year already.
No.
We didn't? Magmoni, no?
Mo na siya. Nagyapon siya 5 nga something. So, balikan nato na siya sa comments.
Man, running this shit is hard.
It is. I mean,
shit's hard.
I saw how nam ko sa creative sa amo ang events production company. So, I know how hard it is to plan the beginning. But it's much harder to plan the end. Kung mag-execute ka the actual
that's true.
program.
If anything can go wrong.
Anything can go south or go wrong. Yeah,
diba?
So amazing kaya because they're really on point ang pagplan, ang the program itself. Nakita ko sa live stream yesterday and
shout out to 99 by the way.
Batch 1999 and did a hell of a great job.
Yeah, that's true.
Kita ko ni Bernie Bitok, Melbourne.
Yeah, shout out Melbourne.
And he was fun and kita sa kanilang early rabi. And then I saw their batch and I saw the intention of highlighting the scholars, highlighting
I saw
the
that.
teachers, and ang pinakagwapo sila ang ang proponents sa international alumni bay.
Yeah, I saw
Pagkachada.
Was that in New York?
It was in New York. Yeah.
That was in New York, right? Shout out to mga alumni in New York. Yeah, that was
cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
Mauli ka?
I'm hoping to. Yeah.
Ako sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll be nice to attend. I usually don't, and I've.
Pawakan ako kung attend na ko aning mga inani.
Have you?
Wala pa.
So I have my friends, kabalo ko silang Badit, silang Karen, Munyin, even my wife and my sister who all graduated in Corpus. They would give me shit for this, but I'm gonna come clean. The only reason nga dili ko mo na wala ko ka-attend ng mga inani kay maulo ko nga dili ko makaila sa mga pangalan sa akong mga batchmates.
That's another level of ano ba?
And someone would come up to you, hey, kumusta? Hi. Uy. Friend.
Fist bump to your handshake.
Maulo ko ba?
Ba?
Maulo ko. I don't know. It really, the thought of it really, it's like, makes my hands sweat.
Okay.
As someone would come up to me who I'm supposed to know.
Gotcha.
And I don't know their names.
Kani pa jud. You think nakabalo ka sa lang names sa libungat ng pangalan. Dili nila pangalan.
Dili mo.
Dili mo ba?
Man,
okay. I hear
that's that's the reason. But thankfully that I think ako mangod man sir to yung kuya. Naman yung mga name tag. Uy.
Ma-overcome na maguro nato na from December 2024 to next year. But we have 1 year to prepare.
Mag-memorize ang mga ngalan sa mga
ilagbook na
sa mga
Rose Gallery. Kinsa ganik?
But yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I think it'll be nice.
That's wild. If I mean, that would be good kung matipok ta.
Yeah, that's true.
And kung saang may skutan ng mga, Ako look forward sad ko nga makuyog ako ang ex-girlfriend, which is now my wife, si Iman.
She's batch, ano sige siya?
Batch 2001.
Oh, the batch
interesting,
after.
Right?
Okay.
So, I mean, wa mo nagila sa high school, but we Corpus de Gapon siya. So she's also going. Okay. So that would be wild.
Okay.
So, shout out.
Yeah, so my wife attended kay sila man ang I think it was last year. Sila kay batch 98 man siya. And I saw her batchmates running the whole fundraising mga inana. It was the amount of stress and the amount of drama.
Bah.
And I mean, especially if you're raising a couple of not dollars, pesos.
million pesos. Yeah.
Okay, mo man ako nadunggan nga. I think it's a couple of million at
Million siya.
least,
Yeah.
to pay for a venue, siguro
Lights and
mga
sounds,
food, a couple
prizes, door
a couple
prizes.
of talents if you're
Exactly.
if you're having a band or entertainment. So
Yeah,
I really wish them luck, and obviously we do what we can from our end, from afar.
If ang batch 2000 mag-hire og DJ, pila kaya, no? I mean, we can speculate all day kung, I mean, it could be in dollars or probably dirhams, but I would say
I don't know.
But
But
we'll leave it to them.
yeah. I've told you this. I've told si Laula who reached out.
Okay.
And then I'll say this on this podcast, para official. So if I'm going to be invited to play, obviously di na ko pabayad ay kabaga ba kayo na
Please
pupadag
play.
ko.
Di ka bayad. Okay.
It'll be an honor to play for the event. Malingaw sa kugunaw na, and trying to come up with the playlist. And going down memory lane of the early 90s and 2000s, the hit songs there. That'll be fun. That'll be really fun. I think my only ask is kung nalay gamit, kung nalay sakto nga gamit. I think that, because DJing is not as easy, especially for me, that I really don't. Well, I'm not against technology. I'm not against younger DJs or even older DJs who have their laptops or controllers. I'm just not used to that. Medyo dili po kay ko old school into vinyl, although I know how to play vinyl, but really not into that. So analog pa kay akong gear, and if the venue has that, or if the events has that, would love to play. Would be fun.
That would be really fun, and I'm pretty sure look forward sa ko that you might walk us through memory lane for a prom list.
Yeah, exactly.
Pero look forward ko na makatubar
let's
ka,
see.
and it's gonna make make a lot of people think about their choices in life. And hopefully mo jump pa ka mga tao. Okay.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. Mo nang
I'll again, if the program allows for it, if the event organizers allow for it,
sure,
I'll really make sure na kung unsa tong mga atong na nasayawan sa una sa Macumba and the whole
site
and
exactly.
Ralph's the whole those whole era. I'll make sure that I'll bring back those memories, and we'll have a good time.
So you heard it here first. So motocar siya, saktong gamit. Ice water siguro.
A bottle of water, that's it. Dili man ko, I'm professional at that.
Ma-replenish lang hang lost nga electrolytes.
In the sense that I've probably had the most that I had while playing was a couple of beers. Mora, but I've never had a drunk.
You
set.
mentioned this nga dili jud ka. You'll never be caught drinking.
Yeah, because I've had more than one actually, or more than 3 gigs here in Dubai, where one of my partners or a couple of my partners went drug, wala na sila katukar, kaya nagkayagaw na, and I had to step in. Nakadipo na, I had to step in, but yeah, so I'm very professional at that, and this na ako gusto mo blurry ako memory of a good time.
Exactly.
It's nice to see people having a good time. It's nice to interact with people while you're
know their names.
Know their names while you're playing, while they're dancing. That would be fun. But let's see. Again, I want to help. And I'll try to help as much as I can from here, from Dubai.
So it's confirmed, guys. You heard it here first. If and when, and he will.
It's not as if
DJ Fuente is coming to town.
It's not as if Cagayandeoro, the Philippines, has a shortage of DJs. There's a lot of talented DJs in the country.
There is a multitude of DJs, but if there's only one, DJ Fuente. So Kana na lang. Diyan na lang nato na siya. Let's leave it at that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll be an honor to represent for sure.
For sure.
For sure. And lingaw, that you're part of that batch and you get to play for sure.
Yeah. And yes, speaking of ato ang mga duties, no?
And you'll be
I've been
MC.
approached also to MC. So I'm happy to accept it. When Laula reached out, I had a thought of it kay tawag sa ko wala ka host in front of familiar faces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different when you're hosting
True.
strangers. And I did that once or twice and it was okay. But it's different na kanang, God, that's her. God, that's him.
Yeah.
Uy,
True.
teacher, ano dito?
Yeah.
There's that pressure of kanang, don't F this up. Pero I mean, lingaw mo good. At the end of the day, seem like you,
I don't
it would
think
be an honor nga naatas corpus niya.
Yeah.
In the midst of mga corpus Christians. And,
Most na akong kuan kay if you're hosting, I'm pretty sure you'll be the hype man when the DJ set comes in. So
yeah, it takes two to tango.
It'll be a double combo.
Yeah. Look forward sa ko nga. Okay.
So,
I make I'm proud to say na I make wicked intros. If matagaan kong chance to intro you, I would do it. I mean, I've never done it. Wala pa ever. So yeah, this would be a first.
Well, let's see. The last time I played in Cagayandeoro was during my birthday at obviously na ako mga amiga dito silang Badit, Karen.
Sure.
So we were like, and I think a couple of batchmates were somewhere around. Mm-hmm. So they were like, yeah, come over. It's a party there.
Sure.
Guess who naki-party sa mo?
Kinsa man.
Kabatch na to.
I don't know. Apollo Lee or
Buloy.
okay.
The one and only Buloy, shout out. You know what I mean. Nagsabay ta to ng birthday. That was my last set sa Cagayandeoro. It was
fire.
It was fire. Buloy was there. Buloy ripped out.
I think kung
Buloy shred some shapes, dude.
I would say si Buloy kailangan, I mean, Buloy has to be protected at all costs. And if kailangan i-trademark yung pangalan, I mean, it's Buloy.
It's Buloy. Who else has that name?
Pwede ang batch 2000 kung walay Buloy.
Right.
Shout out kay Buloy.
Shout out kay Buloy. Hold on, I'm giving them a shout out because they were really professional.
Gotcha.
You'll
definitely play there again if matagang kag chance.
Oh yes, sure. If I were kung ako lang mag-decide bitaw, I would tell the organizers at Atong reunion, let's wherever the event will be. So let's say sa gym ta, I would highly recommend to have the after party sa
ilang club
or ilang place in that place. I think it's OG Bistro.
Maybe that marka na ba?
Yeah, I think that's OG Bistro.
I think we will have atong homecoming sa the atrium.
Oh, it's the atrium. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the OG Bistro. There you go. So I want to give them a shout out kay ang mga na-amigo na nako ang mga ang crew, ang bartender. They were so professional.
Yeah.
The sound system is okay for the small venue.
Yeah.
And ang CDJs nila, the mixer was not the most advanced, but definitely works. Love playing there.
Yeah.
And yeah, nakurat lagi ko. Buloy was there all of a sudden. Kung mo busy obviously you had to play. I think I played a 3-hour set and then
anam sa set ba?
Nag-hip hop na.
Right.
And I think it was blurry kaya nagpa-picture pa sa ako and then nag-greet happy birthday and then nag-shots palagar kay birthday lagi. And so doon ako ligi
from a distance.
Huy, Buloy. Lagot sa akin. And we were having a great time.
That's wild.
That was wild. That was a good memory, and I'm hoping we could bring that back.
Let's
run it back.
Recreate that.
Lean back. Lean back.
Kita ko ni Buloy gahapon, so for sure she won't miss that. Among other batchmates na dito. So shout out sa batch 2000. we're
Sure.
gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna kill it for sure.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
year.
I'm pretty confident, and
Yeah.
we have creative and very strong leaders on the
sure.
committee. So
Very strong, inspired. They think out of the box, in the box, and ang isa sa ako nakita sad because I saw how they put this together. Dili sad shy bitaw mo participate sa mga fundraisers. I mean,
yeah,
homecoming events integral magid ang mga fundraisers.
yeah,
And they've done a lot mga movie screenings.
Yeah, block
And
screenings,
then you
yeah.
have the block screenings. You have
Caroling.
There's a few more. And I think napatong dagan, katong fun run.
Oh, fun run.
There was
Yep.
a fun run
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So there is, it's a good thinking batch.
And I
and
heard
a
they're
lot of
selling
tote bags.
tote
Nasa
bags,
mga
di ba?
bags,
Kita ko sa message ni Cookie on one of the group chats nga gwapo lagi daw ang mga tote bags.
Request lang sad ko siguro og kanang merch for 2025. Siguro a varsity jacket na
Ooh, fancy.
na kanang varsity jacket
Varsity jacket would
would be
be
nice.
be really nice.
And then probably a shirt na na cotton or crew neck.
Yeah, to be honest, any shirt will do for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be totoo pa. It's a year to prepare.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we could really. It'll be nice. So let's see if we can do this. But you and I talked about having one person per section on board
Yeah.
on the podcast
I'm praying for that good naman.
on an episode.
One or two.
One or two. Yep. We have our list.
Yeah.
We'll be probably sending out invites in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I hope we can get them.
And probably you have already reached out to some of them
Yeah.
personally.
We did naman.
I did. I did, but this is a disaster. So,
Naputol man sagot
you know who you are. I-invite ka. But
Inibalibad ka.
balibad ka sa nalain ko. I put it out there. But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Ano lang, lingaw lang if naatay mga kabatch
Yeah.
from the different sections. Na,
It'd be nice to have, again, kanabitang murag, we recall, I mean, in the spirit of the food house,
Sure.
this was meant to be like a lane to, a trip to memory lane.
Yes.
Recalling memories of high school, recalling memories of OG Cagayandeoro, OG Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be nice to have that. So fingers crossed, and I hope open mo to everyone and anyone
Yeah.
who's listening to this. I hope if we reach out to you, I hope you have us grant us the privilege of speaking to you and talking to you,
Yeah.
get your thoughts.
Hopefully ano na siya, we can get them on board, and then ayaw mo lang kahadlok eh. It's gonna be, I mean, the questions are probably gonna be around ano lang na to.
Yeah, we're professional at that. Actually, we
prepare
do.
you.
Yeah, we do send out the questions
In
and the
advance,
topics
yeah.
in advance. So we're pretty much professional. So
Yes.
ikabala ka dili ni
Hindi ka na bara-bara. We're not gonna put you in the spot. There are questions we'll avoid.
yeah. And don't worry, we will not screenshot our discussions on the messenger. Dili mi na nga type.
Dili mi na ang mga type. Dili mi ka bother.
Dili pod mi mulaglag og ka ng mga dili na mo tuman sa mga kontrata.
Dili mo naglago ka ng mga tao nga motabang pero incompetent. Dili na mo. Dili mi na.
Dili mi na. Dili mi mo mulaglag ka.
Yes. Ganun mga way batasan. Dili ni. Kana. Dili mo name and shame. No.
Name and shame.
They're not that type.
Speaking of name and shame,
Okay.
I think this is a much better line to a segue to the next one.
Go for it.
Let's face it, 2024, speaking of trip to memory lane for this year, daghang kay scandals.
Oh God.
I felt
Tell
like,
me about it.
so for myself who's at least in the previous years, kadang, what's the right term? Nonchalant is not the right term. Indifferent, I think that's
Indifferent.
So if I
Yeah.
was indifferent to, let's say, the showbiz news in the last couple of years, this year I was like, huh,
Patulan tani.
It's a lot of interesting things.
So sihon tani
Murag, every month throughout the year, there's something new.
Yeah.
And I was used to, at least in the last couple of years before this, I was used to news of, let's say, politics, elections.
Right.
Or the most showbiz news I would hear about is probably new movies, Metro Manila Film Fest, or someone died.
Right.
That's the most that I would go for showbiz news.
Mm-hmm.
This year, interesting. And it's polarizing,
Yes,
which
it
is
is.
very, very, ripe for discussion.
Correct.
So one of the things that I could remember, speaking of screenshots, is this latest one,
Yeah.
right? So I'm interested to hear your thoughts, but here's mine. Cheating as a topic.
Okay. Teka lang. Can I drink some water?
Yeah. Cheating as a topic has been ano ba? Sukad pa ADBC. I think that has been there since time immemorial.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, no, not a lot of people, most of the people who have been cheated or have cheated have dealt things in their own ways.
Yeah.
What I was bothered with is that we're starting to normalize exposing private conversations. So that was interesting to me, and reading about that and hearing about that and watching all the talk shows about it is because some people are really missing the point of canceling out people who cheated, blah blah. Artists are losing contracts, and this was the whole thing. Dili lang po siya isolated incident. I mean, there are a lot of incidents, I think, for artists, big names, not only here in the Philippines, I mean, even internationally.
Mm-hmm.
But it bothered me because only a few people have raised the point of, hey, how did these conversations come into the public? And how come we're not condemning, or how should I say, bali kung natay cancel culture of people who are rude, who are not doing the right thing, why are we not canceling people who bring out private conversations? That was interesting to me. At the same time, murag, this is not right. I mean, murag, it's if you value privacy and honesty as well. I mean, cheating is cheating. That's a separate topic. But
Sure.
Yeah, I'm more into,
Sharing
hey,
private
let's
conversations.
not normalize.
Exactly. Exactly.
One, let's not normalize airing your dirty laundry on public.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least for me, that's my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And second is private conversation is private conversation. So if I air out private conversations of my enemies, what will my friends think about me? Murag,
Exactly.
di ba? Makununa sad sila nga, uy, inani din siya kumasuko din siya sa ako.
Hoy. Red flag.
Red flag. PM is the key. PM na private, instead of private message, na mo na ng public message.
Exactly.
What's your thoughts?
Man, I mean, balik ta dito sa private conversations. If mo lagi na, I mean, these things, if they don't get handled right, it really can bring out the worst in people.
True.
In all sides.
True.
The person who shared it, the person that got shared the information from, ang mga chabis nga,
Walay ambag
wala
sa
ambag. Para lang na yung ma-comment.
mema lang.
Mema lang. Ati, mema lang ko. Para lang ko yung maambag.
Oo na lang ko yung storya.
And ang kanang mga naas yung mga lawyer. Armchair lawyers.
Yes.
Nga, mukot o gikan sa Google. Ibang copy-paste. Cyberlaw ni cyberlaw. But all I can say is yes, we're not doing a very good job in highlighting what's rotten, which is kanang honoring the fact that this is a private conversation between two adults. And why would you, in your right mind, share this? Diba?
Yeah.
It breaks every kumbaga human contract of. I mean, kadungog ko yesterday ka Bernie na gone are the days nga katong ang mga phones kay Nokia pa og Sony Ericsson kay walay sent items og screenshot.
Yeah.
I would love to go back to those days.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I cheat. I'm not saying that gipang babae ko, but or I do crazy things sa ako ang mga chats, but
to me,
just because you can message and screenshot.
To me, I'm 100% believer in karma. I mean, if you do those things, I think it will come back to you 100% in one way or another.
True.
So you deal with your actions. If ever magaling, you do, because obviously cheating is a spectrum, right? And you have I'm not condoning it, but it's a spectrum down from just messaging all the way to whatever acts that you do. So whatever you do, that will come back to you. Mulangin ako. And I've been on the other side of the fence, and shit's hard if you're cheated on. And it's more you doubt your self-esteem goes nosedives, and this should to bring back that confidence. But anyways, again, I think that there were two issues there, and I'm just medyo sad lang ko that we're so focused on canceling and the cheating aspect, whereas the invasion to privacy, we're not paying attention.
We're not crucifying the one who's invaded their privacy.
Yeah.
Going back to the topic of ano lang, I mean, segue lang ko balik on like the spectrum of cheating. So you said that you were on the other side of that. I would say the half of it. I mean, the one who got cheated on and the one who cheated. I would say, based on an unfortunate experience of being foolish, na ikaw ang mag-cheat, for example, or you fail to do your obligation of being loyal or faithful. It's hard. Shit's hard. Okay. I mean, you would always come to question whatever bad luck comes to you. Igabaan na gid ko. Muna gid akong karma. Okay, I did this, I did that. And there's no such thing as wala mo ko cheat, nagtanaw na mo ko sa picture. There is micro cheating, my friend.
It's a spectrum.
It is a spectrum.
Any action is a spectrum.
True. So I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't condone it, but if you don't avoid it, you just, I would say, you stay away from it as hard as you can. You occupy yourself with other stuff.
It's good. It's also very, very subjective interpretation. So my line of cheating is because, again, I've been on the other side where girlfriend at the time chose another guy to be with. So, and I think it started with messaging lang.
Right.
But then that messaging, you would say, some would argue, dili man na, okay naman na, message man. But it really depends on the interpretation. I mean, for me, hindsight 2020, it was really the start of it.
That was it.
And then it escalated. But then also, there's also the argument that, okay, maybe she did that because you were lacking in XYZ. True. I would also see that argument, but it's her actions. It's if you did that, you did that. Again, I'm a true believer of what comes around, what goes around comes around.
True.
So, if you're dishing that out, you best know how to receive it back. So, and keep things simple. And I know it's difficult because I've been there, but you move on. Life happens.
Exactly. And kanina naman to sa topic aning cheating no aton lang gining i-rub
So what else was there in our
in our bingo card.
2024 bingo card for you? What else did you remember?
I saw katong I remembered looking at Alice Go.
That was a long one.
Ah man.
That was a long one.
Dakong kaulaw and at the same time kanang facepalm good. It's a facepalm moment. Kanang caught red-handed and wala nakapanagang ang daghan tao ba. Not only her, I would say, but everybody. It's embarrassing. It is
when
embarrassing.
you say embarrassing, are you referring to the incompetence of the government to allow things to happen, or is it something else?
Okay, to that point, allowing things to happen, allowing Alice Go to leave the country. There's this meme na nag-circulate nga, pag normal lang ka nga Pinoy, wato ka sa airport,
Laglag bala.
hoops sa gian.
Yeah, that's
Diba?
true.
So
That's true.
there's like 35,000 steps that you need to do. Na apay,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, man. Guinness Book World Records. Dagkang ka marag mag-audition pa ka sa The Voice. kaong kag bala, kaong kag bildo.
Yeah.
And then pangitaan pa jud kag imo ang yearbook, diploma, tiaro.
That was ridiculous. Yep.
And then there's this other meme na kanang si Alice Go nag tiptoe ra daw from taxi to airport, aeroplano.
Yeah.
I mean, it is embarrassing, but at the end of the day, there goes your ato ang karabitang mentality natin as Filipinos na kanang pwede na. It is a kanang pamahala ba? And it's the fact that we're as individuals na atay tendency bitaw na complacent na kumpiyansa. But there's levels to it, I would say.
Yeah, I had a couple of issues with the whole Alice Go thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not surprised why. Abigin ako sa una. This is me. I don't know if this is me being naive, but abigin ako sa una the whole time na nausa on Pogo, because when we kanang manguli mi and we would stay in Manila. Obviously, my Shane's uncles, magsastorya mi ang mga igagaw ni Shane sa Manila. Magsastorya mi on kanang mulabay mi mga areas na kanang dagan bitaw kay Pogo. All this while, I really thought it was sanctioned gambling.
Right.
I really thought that because the way that it was, or at least the way it was to me, is that it's sort of we're somehow accommodating for Chinese investments.
Yeah.
And it so happened that it's in a form of gambling.
Sure.
I'm not surprised if nagpadagan to sila, because obviously there's the systemic corruption can never be wiped out completely in a decade. It has to be a 360-degree change within the government to be able to address corruption altogether. So I'm not surprised in that end nga
Sure.
nga taas kay panahon nga dagan kayo actors and persons of interest nga napadagan ito. That's one. My issue is with the whole publicity stunt of the hearings and whatnot. One is that they position it as legislative. What was it? In aid of legislation, which means whatever they uncover it, they will make laws in order for it to avoid in the future.
Gotcha.
That's my limited knowledge of the law.
That's true. Yeah. That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Legislation, yes.
But the way of questioning is that you're sort of cross-examining witness. In morally mo siya prosecute, obviously in front of millions of people.
Finding guilt, yes.
Yeah, finding guilt. And obviously, dagan pa kay mga drama, dagan pa kay mga questions sa mga irrelevant.
Sure.
And all for the show. And then in the end, we don't even hear about the legislation part of what was uncovered, what was the summary of our learnings,
Right.
what are the laws that are we writing in the future for us to avoid this.
Correct.
None of that shit.
Exactly.
And more again, it's all for show.
It is.
So, and we wasted taxpayers' money on those because obviously may mga resource person, mga ninay-nana, and mga pakunta na gabalik-balik lang. Again, it's more, it really looks like it's building clout for the next election, obviously.
It's gotta be that.
Yeah, it's gotta be that.
Yeah.
That was my issue with the whole thing. It's, again, katawanan, but at the same time, it's really frustrating. I was like,
Do you know that there's have you heard the new one, Karon? I mean, going back to circle back plus politics. I mean,
she was when she was...
Make-upan mo yung chicken chick ba?
Nausab yung dagway. Katong before, what was it?
She's cute and
Asa siya nadakpan? Sa Indonesia ba to?
Yeah, Indonesia.
Before Indonesia, she was mid at best.
She's mid, yeah. I mean, she's like, okay.
She's probably 4 at best.
She's like,
Katong nadakpan siya sa Indonesia, 7.
pwede.
Nga,
Chicken chick.
ngano? Ganong na-elevate?
Glow up.
Ganong ni-glow up ka? Why ka ba nadakpan?
Gaba selfie. May picture.
Pagawas-gawas, mas nila.
Relax pa kayo. Gawas. Dude, I mean, I don't want to come to a point wherein you're trying your best in life, and then kind of bitang makot ka sa moment ka mahimo na lang kag meme.
Yeah.
I don't know how to react to that way, but if it happens to you, I guess it happens to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was fascinated by the whole thing because kung inana ka relax. I mean, she mentioned something about I'm surrendering kay murag nana ko'y threats sa life and nanay mga death
Nanay
threats.
mga threats, yeah.
But ang aura murag wa may death threat.
Urban decay, makeup.
I'm really fascinated as to who kanabitang kinsay yung mga backers.
Kinsay handler,
Kinsay
backer,
handler. Who
kinsay
like
kapaluyo.
if you're that relaxed, meaning someone's backing you up.
Okay. For sure.
Backing you up and say, ay kapala ka na. That's nothing.
Yeah, this will blow over.
Yeah.
Let's hit the 2-week
Which I
media
think
cycle.
it's already has.
It's done.
It already has. I mean,
it's done.
if the cases are going on, but still the publicity of it and the whole
Buried, archived in the clerk of courts. All I'm saying.
tabunan ni Maris Racal.
Tabunan ni Duterte, Sara Duterte.
And the whole...
Tabunan ni Sunshine Cruz.
I tell you, man, that
Atong Ang.
Atong Ang,
Dude,
salute.
Sunshine na, pre.
You gotta give it to the guy, though.
Nagpatangkad sa mga kabatch natin.
But seriously,
Yeah. Dude, that's Sunshine Cruz.
guy has rizz.
Aura.
And apparently before that, again, chismis. Apparently before that, he was linked to the one and only Gretchen
Barreto.
God damn.
Ato. Magmanok talatan. We are in the wrong industry.
Man, seriously though. Atong Ang.
Magmanok na lang tayo, guys. Unsa pa ba? Unsa pa yung nasa itong bingo card?
Before we end this,
Throwing in a wrench? Okay.
yeah, I'll throw a curveball in
Okay.
this.
Hit me.
Predictions for 2025.
Predictions.
1 to 2 at most. Not in our lives, but in
general?
relation to
Worldview.
Worldview. It could be worldview. It could be chismis.
Oh, okay. I think based on how things are going, ako na feeling na ako, politics. I think mudagan si Rafi Tulfo.
Isn't that a given already?
No, he's not. The fact that he's not saying it out loud, but it seems like he is skirting and
Number one or ba siya sa polls na?
he would always be. I mean, it's familiarity and recency bias.
Yeah.
And he's smart. He has run a show on YouTube and on media and subtly programming all of us na he's the guy. He's helping everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone loves
he's
him.
smart. I gotta respect that. Though.
That is respectable by
Manipulation in some aspects, but
slow burn.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yes, he's gonna run. And he's probably gonna it's a 50-50. I mean, at the end of the day, this is probably the year nga dili ko magbutar because I feel like I'll keep my marbles close and just interfere with what I can control.
All right.
I think I have just one prediction. I think he'll run and probably win something.
Are you good with that?
Let him show.
Let him cook?
Yeah, let him cook. Get the bag and let him cook. I mean, what else is there?
One intriguing prediction in relation to chismis, social media, showbiz.
Showbiz.
Duterte smear campaign is gonna turn ugly by 2025.
That take is the one that I wish I had because that one's gonna be very ugly.
That is gonna be very ugly.
Damn it! I don't want to see it at all. Hugo, okay na.
Yeah, I mean, so here's my honest take on the Dutertes is that I cannot ignore the progress and the performance in Davao City.
Sure.
I cannot ignore Tatay Digong's leadership and his sort of unforgiving fight against crime, which is, in my opinion, is what we need for the country.
Yep.
But with the Dutertes, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly with Sara as well, is that they're a fucking nightmare PR-wise. Lisod kay sila i-defend by.
Yeah.
Lisod kay sila i-defend on social media, on media in general, because the antics and the statements that they do in public is just it's very unpresidentiable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Ano bitaw?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly.
It's very rough ba? Dili pag it around the edges. It's very rough all around. You know?
Gaspang.
Gaspang game. Ay, makaiwi ka.
The word is that gaspang. Aslom.
Aslom. Exactly. In Bisaya terms, aslom kayo part.
I hear you.
Diba?
Unprecedented. And kanang bitong, you have to pay their PR team. Kung kanang, for you to pull off, kanang, please let her not talk.
Yeah. I wouldn't pay economists to partner with them.
No.
I wouldn't pay strategists to pay. I would pay $1 million for a PR team.
A proper PR team.
For them. This
would.
So my prediction is first part of 2025 is going to get ugly with what's been happening. It's just, man, look, if some of the allegations are true, my question is why now? God damn,
welcome back to the podcast.
We're all over the place on this.
But all those months ba na nawala ta, we're trying to compensate and put this all here. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to let's send out those invitations.
Yeah,
I
will
think
keep trying na manugot. Yeah, we will reach out.
In fact, I'll reach out to one of our lists karon after para dili na ko malimtan kay biyahe pa ko next week.
Tama.
So I think we wish you a happy New Year.
Yes.
Once this comes out, it's already past New Year.
Yeah.
So happy New Year to all of you.
2025 to all of you from the Food House crew. I'm blessed nga after all this time. We still have this childish energy in us. Lagi gyapon nawala ang essence sa Food House. Thank God. I'm happy to be here. I mean, I'm glad nag-invite ko nimo again and we're doing this.
Always, man. I think it's just life happens. In some days and months it's really strong, and then we have to, prioritize. But I think this is as equally as important as in our careers, okay?
Yeah.
it's fun having these conversations. It gives us energy.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It makes us think as well. Mamalasin ato pagkakanal because we're more informed.
Right. Importante nga ma-inform ta although lingaw man magkanal pa from time to time.
And we get to hear different opinions. So I hope you guys, for everyone who's listening, I hope you be safe on your celebrations. I hope all the loved ones are celebrating with you as well.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next one. And yeah, that's it for me.
Peace out.
This is Dave Fuentes.
And this is Mickey Rodriguez for another episode of
Food House. See ya.
Hindi ka na mag-iisa. Ikaw lang at walang iba.